listening to the Daily Yogi podcast. Every weekday, I'll share timeless yogi wisdom in bite-sized relatable lessons you can apply immediately to help you expand your perspective on life. I cannot live with myself any longer. These words hung in the darkness of Eckhart Tolle's modest London apartment. It was 1977, and at 29, the Cambridge University graduate had reached the end. Depression had become his constant companion, crushing and relentless. That night, something extraordinary happened. Not a miracle cure or divine intervention, but a simple question that fractured his reality. Who is the I that cannot live with myself? If there's an I and a myself, which one am I? This question opened a chasm in his consciousness. I felt drawn into a vortex of energy, Tolle later recalled. My body began to shake. Fear gripped me so intensely I could barely breathe. Inside his chest, 3 words emerged. Resist, nothing, and then surrender. I felt myself being sucked into a void, he wrote, and suddenly there was no more fear. When Tolle awoke the following morning, everything was miraculous, fresh, and vibrant. The world hadn't changed, but his perception had completely transformed. Birds didn't just sing, their melodies penetrated his being. Dewdrops weren't merely sparkles, they were cosmic diamonds. Ordinary things revealed themselves as extraordinarily beautiful. I had no understanding of what had happened, he would later write in The Power of Now, a book that would eventually reach millions in over 30 languages and become a spiritual cornerstone for seekers worldwide. For the next 5 years, Tolle did something that seemed madness to the bustling Londoners rushing past him. He sat on park benches, sometimes for entire days, doing absolutely nothing. No goals, no striving, just being. He eventually became a spiritual teacher, not by choice or ambition, but because people were drawn to the peace that radiated from him. They would sit beside him on those park benches and ask, "What do you have that I don't?" Today, millions know his name, but the true miracle isn't Tolle's fame or success. The miracle is this. A man once tortured by his own thoughts discovered freedom not by fighting those thoughts, not by achieving some prestigious goal, but by recognizing a truth that was always there. Beneath the mental noise lies a silent awareness, waiting. This is the paradox of becoming the present moment. You don't achieve it. You don't gain it. You simply stop running from it. The depressed academic who couldn't live with himself had to metaphorically die that night in London to discover what had always been there. And in that discovery, one of the most influential spiritual teachers of recent years was born. Not through striving, but through surrender. Thank you for listening. If you found value in today's episode, rate the show or share with a friend. And remember, take this reflection into the silence, and I'll see you next time.